Hey guys, Joe here. So I didn't have a video for you on Wednesday. I'm sorry about that. I went home for a few days, and then I didn't have a computer for a few days, and then work got really crazy. So just one of those weeks. These things happen. So nothing we can do about it now. Let's just move on. But in the meantime, I don't want to leave you guys with nothing for the week. So let's look at another edition of Disney News. So today I want to talk about, and it's incredible to me that at the end of April I can still talk about this, but the still phenomenon that is Frozen. Because there was actually some big news involving Frozen that came out this week. We'll get to that in a second though. So as I'm sure you all know full well by now, Frozen is just taking over the world, and it's still going strong, still making money hand over fist. It's now the number one grossing animated film of all time, which is just staggering. When you're a Disney nerd like I am and you enjoy Disney history like I clearly do, you kind of take a step back and really appreciate what you're witnessing when it comes to Frozen, just because, I mean, it's gotten to the point now where it's going to be one of those movies where 20 years from now, people are still watching it and talking about it and putting it as one of your Disney classics, talking about it in the same breath as any of your Renaissance films or your Golden Age films. And I mean, that's kind of cool. I think even crazier than the success of the movie and all the stuff that goes with that, because we have seen Disney have some crazy success with movies obviously before, though of course not to this extent. I think what's crazier though is how successful Frozen's soundtrack has been. I checked today on Billboard's top albums list, and Frozen is still number one. Like, that's just crazy to me. It's been on there for I think 20 weeks now. It's been number one for who knows how long. We're talking about a soundtrack album for an animated film that came out in November. We're at the end of April and it's still number one. And I think it's even crazier when you look at the artists who this is higher than. It's beating Beyonce. If that's not a sign that you're doing something right, I don't know what is. So, yeah. Somehow the Frozen album is still selling like hotcakes. And that's just fascinating to me. It's crazy. And I understand that I'm saying crazy a lot, but that's really the only word that I kind of have to describe all of this, because it has been a long time since we've seen any movie, much less a Disney movie, just take over the world like this. It's everywhere. It's the hottest thing still. And again, this is a movie that came out at the end of November, right? It's crazy. But as for the actual news this week, the story that came out about Frozen this week, or rather not Frozen but Frozen's merchandise, is that there's really no more of it. Obviously, because of the success of Frozen and the trendiness of Frozen, the merchandise has been selling faster than Disney can possibly make it, and it's gotten to the point now where everything Frozen is just gone from shelves. You just can't get it. No matter what it is, it's gone. People have bought stores out of Frozen merchandise. I know Disney has recently released a statement that they're hoping to get stuff back in there by like mid-May. Obviously, the Disney stores in Disneyland, Disney World, I believe, still have stuff, but it's crazy. If you want to get Frozen merchandise, you either have to make a long trip, or you could pay insane prices on eBay. People are selling dolls for like $1,500 and dresses for like $3,000 online. It's gotten insane. People are hoarding Frozen merchandise now because you can't get it. And I have to laugh at some people, because I've seen people complaining to Disney about this and how could Disney let this happen. And come on, guys, you can't even have predicted that this would catch on as much as it did. Even in Disney's wildest dreams, I don't think that they could have hoped that Frozen would be as just monumental as it is, and that even the merchandise would be just such a hot commodity. No one could have anticipated this. Again, it is the end of April. We're almost in May. This is stuff that came out in November. Who could have thought that now, so many months later, the movie is still as hot as it is, to the point where people are going crazy to get even merchandise for it, much less the movie itself. So I do laugh when people are trying to blame Disney for this, because if you could have predicted the phenomenon that was Frozen, or is Frozen, good for you, because I sure couldn't have predicted it would have been this big. I thought it was going to be big, didn't think it was going to be out of control big. But yeah, that's my, my rantings on the news for this week. Let me know what you guys think about all Frozen related stuff. You can tell me about what you thought about the movie, what you think about just this phenomenon that is still taking over the world, about the merchandise being just sold out, anything. Leave them in the comments below. I'm sure I'll see them and reply to them. And guys, just on a personal note, I wanted to thank everyone who watches the videos and especially comments on the videos and says such positive and supporting things. Obviously, I am very busy, and finding time to make these videos can be a little tough from time to time, but reading the comments and all the supportive things that people say, and seeing that there are people who really do enjoy my videos, really just, it keeps me doing it. It really keeps me going, and keeps the passion still there for me. So again, from the bottom of my heart, I very sincerely thank all of you who watch these videos. I thank all you who comment on these videos and who just being awesome, really. So guys, sorry again for not having a video this week. Hopefully by Wednesday everything is all back on schedule, and we'll have the Disney Guy review for Fun and Fancy Free out. That should be a good one. And we'll be back on the tracks. So leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think of the Frozen madness, and see y'all next week.